Good evening. I'm calling this meeting to order. The time is 5:30 p.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. This meeting is officially open with a quorum present. At this time, we will hear public comment. Let me remind you that because of the restrictions by the Texas Open Meetings Act, board members may not engage in a verbal exchange about a subject that has not been posted. We will listen and take notes, but the board is prohibited from responding to any inquiries made during a board meeting on any topic not posted on the agenda. However, the board may reply with a statement of specific factual information given in response to the inquiry, recitation of existing policy in response to the inquiry, or direct a person to visit with staff about the issue. While the board listens to concerns of a general nature, speakers should refrain from mentioning names of individual employees or public officers during their comments. Any employee, parent, or other member of the public is asked to comply with the appropriate grievance policy to have a complaint heard pursuant to the applicable board policy. No presentation may exceed 3 minutes unless the speaker has prior approval for additional time because of the use of a translator. Speakers who require the assistance of a translator are permitted double the allotted time of speakers who do not require the assistance of a translator. Furthermore, a speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another speaker. I ask that you please observe these rules for the purpose of effectively accomplishing the business of the meeting in a timely manner. Thank you for, staff, thank you for getting us started. Our first speaker for tonight is Susan Walker. Susan will be followed by a statement by Maria Cruz Washington.
Board members, Dr. Scribner, and all of those that take part in the decision-making process of staffing numbers at our school, I come to you tonight in hopes that our district will immediately reconsider some of the decisions that have been made. I understand that there has been a decline in attendance in our district, which may bring about some teacher cuts. However, I think the district has gone to the extreme in cutbacks. Stripling Middle School, my school, lost 7 teaching positions. One program that was affected was our Spanish program. Unfortunately, due to cutbacks, we lost one of our Spanish teachers. While we had about 200 students sign up for Spanish, this was still the area selected to be cut. Because of this, we are left with 1 Spanish teacher who will be responsible for 7 preps. I am not sure if the board recognizes the magnitude of what I am saying, so just to make sure, I will let you know that 1 teacher will prepare 7 different lessons for each day, 5 days a week. This is 35 lessons a week that has to be done by 1 teacher. This is one thing that the teacher to student ratio that the district uses does not show. And I'm a math teacher. I love ratios. Not only that, but due to the cutbacks we now have students that cannot take Spanish that signed up for it. The class size ratio of 1 to 30 does not work here. If you have 45 to 50 students signed up for 7th grade Spanish, this is enough for 2 sections. If you do not provide this, you are limiting students from the class that gives students high school credit. I teach all on-level 7th grade math. In general, students in on-level classes will not have the opportunity to get high school credit for algebra, geometry, biology, or English 1. Spanish might be the one opportunity my students have to get a high school credit. Our district has been preaching on equity over the last few years, and yet we have to turn away a lot of our students who want to take Spanish, making it impossible for those students to receive credit. How is the decision to cut Spanish an equitable decision? Sometimes you have to look past those ratios and do what is best for our students. In this case, what is best for our students is having 2 Spanish teachers. I am asking our leaders to give us back our Spanish teacher and take him off the surplus list. What really confuses me is that our district received the last 1/3 of federal funds in part to mitigate learning loss. This is $87 million. Not only that, with the TRE being passed, another $66 million is supposed to be coming into the district yearly. While some funds may have been lost due to the decrease in attendance, cutting programs like Spanish and AVID is going to deter more families from coming to our school. These funds should be largely used to provide extra teachers in order to keep class sizes low, provide more enhanced math and reading block classes in middle school to help recover learning loss. And again, we need our Spanish teacher. I know our district wanted to do accelerated learning this year, but having 24% of my students miss between 40 and 114 days of school, I can tell you with confidence, I could not do this effectively. I am asking that you reevaluate the staffing numbers and give our school back some of our teachers. Our students deserve this.
Thank you. Next speaker is Maria Cruz Washington. Maria will be followed by Jesus Mendoza.
President Roberts, the Speaker has asked for me to read a statement in her behalf. Good evening. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to address the board. I'd like to express my concern about our Spanish program at Stripling Middle School. Our program has suffered a major cut due to our numbers. We will only have one Spanish teacher position for next year instead of the 2 we have now. I do understand low student numbers translate into less teaching positions, but we need to look into what numbers mean in the World Language Department. 200 students have requested Spanish courses for next academic year. The formula applied, 30 students per class. It's not doable in world languages, not because of the size, but because of the variety of our courses. At Stripling Middle School, we've built a strong Spanish program that offers 7 different Spanish classes. 6th grade Spanish enrichment that serves our bilingual and dual language students coming from elementary schools. This unique class, started 2 years ago, advances into 7th and 8th grade. We also provide native speaker classes for 7th and 8th grade students to serve our Hispanic community, 60% at SMS. Additionally, we provide the opportunity to our non-native speakers to learn Spanish in 7th and 8th grade. This brings a total of 7 different Spanish classes, my third point of discussion. Right now, I'm feeling concerned for myself as to what's sustainable because I'll be teaching 7 different preps. I've been teaching for 20 plus years. I'm used to working long hours, but honestly, 7 different preps, it's just exhausting, mentally and emotionally. My last point, it's about the future of our Spanish program, retaking the importance of numbers. At the moment, I have 3 different preps. My colleague has 3 different preps. Next year, I'll be expected to teach all classes, total of 7 different preps. Next year, I'll be expected, the schedule for 1 teacher with 7 sessions will leave no room to offer 7th grade non-native Spanish or 7th grade native speakers classes, which eventually end the Spanish program. Finally, I love the family atmosphere at my school and Fort Worth ISD. I've taught in this district for 11 years. I believe in our mission, preparing all students for success in college, career, and community leadership. Right now, I'm not feeling I will be preparing all students because of the numbers. We will not be able to offer all classes needed to all students to be successful, like my district wants me to do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Jesus Mendoza, and I believe you're also reading a statement for that one.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jesus Mendoza. I have been homebound for more than 10 years with life-threatening electrohypersensitivity, EHS, which is caused and aggravated by exposure to the same wireless microwave radiation reaching children and teachers at school. I have been violently ill several times. I am sleep deprived and in pain all the time. Every day it is a different torture. This is a horrible way to die. My EHS has been recognized by federal and state agencies and by courts as a physical medical condition and as a disability. EHS proves conclusively that exposure to levels of radiation below the federal safety limits causes severe harm and disabilities, and that exposing children to microwave radiation defeats the purpose of education. It is estimated that without knowing it, more than 50% of the population is already suffering symptoms of EHS. Children, teachers, doctors, attorneys, and even a director of the World Health Organization are suffering from EHS. Please see wearetheevidence.org. Despite the fact that electrosensitivity is reaching pandemic proportions, most doctors are in the dark or in denial and continue misdiagnosing and mistreating with harmful drugs and invasive procedures, symptoms that disappear with just reducing exposure to microwave radiation. A law firm filed a federal lawsuit with evidence of how cell phones used by our children emit more than 5 times the levels allowed by federal law, when even short doses of radiation above the federal safety limits cause harm, even to healthy and strong adults. And 7 law firms are warning school officials of the potential civil and criminal liability of exposing children unnecessarily to harmful microwave and 5G radiation, when inexpensive, hardwired broadband internet is readily available. Some of the symptoms of EHS include pain, swelling of vital organs, swelling of face, head, and eyes, symptoms of heart attack and stroke, rashes and loss of skin, flu and allergy symptoms, stomach and digestive troubles, insomnia, vision, hearing, memory, speech concentration, and breathing problems. Scientific studies prove most doctors are confounding the symptoms of electrosensitivity with the symptoms of other illnesses, including autism, ADHD, dyslexia, PTSD, heart attack, stroke, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, rheumatoid arthritis, chronic fatigue syndrome, diabetes, and major depression and suicidal tendencies. The above is detailed in the request, and the seeker is out of time.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Tanya Alexander.
Hello, my name is Tanya Alexander. My boys attend YMLA since it was established in 2012, with my oldest son being the first graduating class of 2018. I'm a single mother of 3 adopted boys, all brothers, so please know I know about looking outside the box and try to make things work, especially when it comes to my family. We all understand through the pandemic there have been changes upon changes when it comes to education. Last year, I was asked to host a foreign exchange student, but due to the pandemic, I felt it was best we hold off. This year, I will be hosting a young man by the name of Marcos Isidoro from Spain. He would have attended last year as a junior, but this year he will be a senior, and with him being the same age range as my boys, I felt it would be an awesome opportunity for him to attend with my boys. Well, I did go through the school to gain approval, but unfortunately was denied. I may be wrong, but I do not feel that this was on anyone's radar at the time of establishing a school of choice. This young man has been accepted to Crowley ISD with no hesitation, but I wanted this young man to have the honor of attending a school of choice within Fort Worth ISD with my boys to gain the knowledge and recognition that is deserving of YMLA and the Fort Worth Independent School District. Again, we are talking about outside the box. If in fact this is not something that can actually be done, then I would request that it be placed in some type of writing so that it will relieve any type of questions should this be brought up again in the future. Just so that you know, I received an email on Monday from the students' parents, and they too asked if it was possible if their son could attend with my boys. And this was done without us even previously speaking. I would ask whoever may have the power to make this happen, that you look at this on a case by case to consider allowing this young man to attend YMLA with my boys within Fort Worth ISD. Thank you all for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Our final speaker for this evening is Jasmine Esparza, and I believe that we have a statement from that person as well.
Good evening, Dr. Scribner and board members. My child attends Stripling Middle School. I, along with my siblings and other family members, also attended this amazing school. I was saddened to hear that we are losing so many teaching positions. Specifically, we lost an outstanding 7th grade English teacher and an outstanding Spanish teacher. I am asking our district to reconsider the number of teachers that were cut and try to keep these 2 teachers. Students who take Spanish are able to receive high school credit. From my understanding, they can receive 1 and 3 years of high school credit for this class. If, through this cutback, there is even 1 student who is denied access to a Spanish class, this to me is an inequity to our students. All our students deserve a chance to take this class. I am hoping this is not a trend throughout the district of dissolving Spanish classes in order to surplus teachers. Instead of overcrowding an academic elective, I am asking that you keep the teacher that is currently assigned at that school and remove him from the surplus list. Thank you for your time. Respectfully, Mrs. Esparza.
Thank you all for sharing your thoughts this evening. We're going to move on to number 3, which is recognition. So I will turn it over to Barbara Griffith for our 2 recognitions for this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. In one of the most challenging educational years ever, we are proud to introduce to you this evening the Fort Worth ISD District Teachers of the Year. Since 1985, community businesses and organizations have partnered with Fort Worth ISD to recognize our outstanding classroom teachers in our district. Annually, one teacher at each campus is nominated and elected by fellow teachers for the honor of Campus Teacher of the Year. Community judges evaluate applications from these campus teachers to then select the district winners in each category. Before I introduce the District Teachers of the Year, let me also introduce the finalists. They are, at the secondary level, Secondary District Teacher of the Year finalist Ann Denise Anderson, who teaches art at Polytechnic High School. Casey Kirchner, who teaches U.S. History at Paschal High School. Toby Mosier, a science teacher at Young Men's Leadership Academy. And Tennille Charlie Metcalf, a biology teacher at Young Women's Leadership Academy. The Elementary District Teacher of the Year finalists included Bridget Lopez, a physical education teacher at Western Hills Primary, Angela Ferguson, math and science teacher at Lowry Road Elementary, Olivia Olade, 5th grade bilingual teacher at Alice D. Contreras Elementary, and Mary McKinney, elementary special education at the Joe Kelly School. And now, the 2020-21 District Teachers of the Year are Anthony Smith Wright, 5th grade teacher at Science and Social Studies at Eastern Hills Elementary. I just want to tell you a little bit about Anthony. Anthony earned his master's degree from Texas Wesleyan University and bachelor's degree from the University of Texas at Austin. He has taught 4 years. A high-performing student growing up, Anthony has also excelled in his career. He became the 5th grade team lead in his 2nd year of teaching and works on the district science curriculum team. Anthony strives to empower students to be successful. In his words, "I enjoy helping students become more confident researchers, presenters, and creators. It is my duty to meet students where they are and show them not only where they can go, but how they can get there." Thank you. Our district secondary teacher of the year is Vanita Shanthafone. Vanita teaches 7th and 8th grade English and reading at William Monig Middle School. Vanita received a bachelor's degree from Purdue University and has taught 3 years. She grew up the child of immigrants and did not speak English until age 5. Vanita loved school as a student and loves it today as a teacher. Her childhood experiences are a reminder to make a difference each day. Quoting Vanita here, "School was my safe haven growing up, and education was a huge part of my life. Teaching is being a mentor, advocate, and cheerleader for each student. That is what teachers were for me when I was growing up, so I try my best to follow in those footsteps." Again, Vanita Shanthafone. The District Teachers of the Year, just so you all know, will each receive a $5,000 honorarium from Central Market HEB. And each of the 8 finalists, whose names I mentioned earlier, will receive a $1,500 honorarium from Central Market HEB. I'm going to talk a little bit about National Nurses Day and Week. National Nurses Week is observed annually from May 6th to May 12th. Which is tomorrow, and the 201st anniversary of the birth of Florence Nightingale. May 12th is also officially National School Nurse Day, an opportunity to acknowledge and thank school nurses for all they do to support the health and learning of adolescents and children across our country. National School Nurse Day was established to foster a better understanding of the role of school nurses in the educational setting. The theme for School Nurse Day 2021 is championing the whole student. This year's theme captures both the spirit and the impact of what school nurses do every day to support the mental and physical health of students and their academic readiness. From managing complex chronic conditions and detecting early warning signs of mental health issues, and then intervening to ensure appropriate care, to leveling the field with regard to health disparities, promoting healthy behaviors, and amplifying the voice of students and families, and working tirelessly to see that their needs are addressed. And now, navigating through COVID-19 pandemic by testing and tracking students and school personnel. During this time, we would pause to acknowledge the significant contributions of all 133 Fort Worth ISD school nurses, under the direction of Alice Turner Jackson and her staff of 3 nurse specialists. School nurses have long been a critical health hub for students, but the role they have played in helping to safely reopen schools in the midst of a pandemic has been nothing short of extraordinary. Concludes our recognitions.
Thank you, Ms. Griffith. Appreciate those recognitions for this evening. This evening, I will serve as the presiding officer of the Fort Worth ISD Canvassing Authority. May 1st, 2021, an election was held for Fort Worth ISD trustee districts 4, 7, 8, and 9 pursuant to section 67.003 of the election code. Canvassing of votes by the Fort Worth ISD Board of Education must occur no later than the 11th day after the uniform election date. State law, section 67.004, Texas Election Code provides that 2 members of the school board constitute a quorum. For the purpose of canvassing the May 1st, 2021 Fort Worth ISD School Board election, I find that a quorum is present. I will now ask that each member of the Fort Worth ISD Canvassing Authority review the election returns for the May 1st, 2021 school board election as provided by the Tarrant County Elections Administrator. I'll give you some time to review. Anyone need more time? Okay. Upon thorough review of the election returns, do I have a motion that we, as the Fort Worth ISD Canvassing Authority, hereby certify the following results? And I'll read those right quick. That for single member trustee District 4, Wallace Bridges received 652 votes, and Daphne Brookins received 2,053 votes. For single member trustee District 7, Norman Robbins received 2,170 votes, and Michael Ryan received 3,733 votes. For single-member trustee District 8, Brianna C. Guerrero received 625 votes, and Anael R. Luevanos received 1,770 votes. And for single-member trustee District 9, Roxanne Martinez received 1,620 votes, Kate Lovelace received 914 votes, and Michael Shedd received 758 votes. Looks like I have a motion by Vice President Toby Jackson, and we have a second by Trustee Quentin Phillips. Any discussion? My colleagues, I know this is our first time using the screens again, so I'll encourage you to use the request to speak if you have any comments to make. It looks like we have no discussion on this item. We'll move to vote. And the motion passes 6-4 and 0 against. This action certifies the results and approves the action of adopting canvass results. I present the Fort Worth ISD Board of Education formal resolution and order declaring results of May 1st, 2021, trustee election for Districts 4, 7, 8, and 9, and declaring unopposed District 1 candidate elected. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution in order for declaring the results of the May 1st, 2021 trustee election for Districts 4, 7, 8, 9, and declaring unopposed District 1 candidate elected to be adopted by the board? We have a motion by Vice President Toby Jackson again, and we have a second by Trustee Brookins. Do you have any discussion on this item? Looks like no discussion, so we'll move to vote. Motion passes 6-4 and 0 against. We'll move on to item number 7, the swearing in and oaths of office for trustees, single-member districts 1, 4, 7, and 8. At this time, I would ask that each elected member be presented with his or her certificate of election, then read aloud the statement of officer and sign it. As the elected member of District 1, I will now read the statement of officer and sign it myself. I, Jacinto Ramos Jr., do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God. Now, will the elected member of District 4, Daphne Brookins, will you now please read the statement of officer and sign it as well?
I, Daphne Brookins, do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God.
As the elected member of District 7, Dr. Michael Ryan will now read the statement of officer and sign it.
I, Michael Ryan, do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election for which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God.
As the elected member of District 8, Anael Luevanos will now read the statement of officer and sign it as well.
I, Anael Luevanos, do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or things of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case might be. So help me God.
Now, elected board members, you will take your oath of office and sign the oath after it has been administered, beginning with District 1. And if you have family or friends to join you, they may come forward. I'll start it off, and then we'll be followed by District 4, Trustee Brookins, then Dr. Ryan, and then Trustee Luevanos.
I, Jacinto Ramos,
I, Jacinto Ramos Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Single Member District 1
of Single Member District 1
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will do the best of my ability,
and will do the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
I, Daphne Brookins,
I, Daphne Brookins,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Single Member District 4
of the office of Single District 4
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will do the best of my ability,
and will do the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States and of this state,
of the United States and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
I, Michael Ryan,
I, Michael Ryan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office of
Single Member
District 7
District 7
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will do the best
and will do the best
of my ability,
of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
to preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
We can make it.
I, Anael Luebanos,
I, Anael Luevanos,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office of
of the office of
Single Member District 8
single member district
of the state of
of
Texas,
the state of,
and will do to the best
do to the best
of my ability
of my abilities,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United
of
States
the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me
So
God.
help me God.
All right, congratulations to all. Moving on to the final item, do I have a motion to approve adoption of resolution in order of runoff elections scheduled for June 5th, 2021 for single-member District 9? We have a motion by Vice President Jackson. We have a second by Trustee Quentin Phillips. Any discussion? Looks like no discussion. I'll ask that we please move the vote. And Dr. Ryan, I'm sorry, please, if you would join us in your seat. We'll get one more vote in on this item. There it is. Motion passes 7-4 and 0 against. My friends, we have come to the final item of the evening. Time to adjourn. So the time is 6:09 p.m. Everyone be safe and take care.